share a portion of my Bible study with you this morning. I do the full study because it can be about 20 minutes long over on YouTube, but I just want to share this with you. I started it and it's so good. This is from Max Lucado's 10 Women of the Bible study. We're starting lesson 5, Mary, the mother of Jesus. The pint-sized Joseph scurries across the church stage. He is wearing sandals, a robe, and his best attempt at an anxious face. He raps on the door his dad built for the children's Christmas play and then shifts from one foot to another. Partly because he's supposed to act nervous, mostly because he's exactly that. The innkeeper answers. He too wears a toast sack of a robe and a towel turned into a turban. An elastic band secures a false beard to his face. He looks at Joseph and chokes back a giggle. Just a couple of hours ago, these two boys were building a front lawn snowman. Their moms had to tell them twice to get dressed for the Christmas Eve service. Here they stand. The innkeeper crosses his arms. Joseph waves his. He describes a donkey ride from Nazareth, 5 days on the open road, a census here in Bethlehem, and most of all, a wife. He turns and points in the direction of a pillow-stuffed 9-year-old girl. She waddles onto center stage with one hand on the small of her back and the other mopping her brow. She limps with her best portrayal of pregnant pain, though, if pressed, she would have no clue about the process of childbirth. She plays up the part, Joseph, I need help. The crowd chuckles. Joseph looks at the innkeeper. The innkeeper looks at Mary, and we all know what happens next. Joseph urges. The innkeeper shakes his head no. His hotel is packed. Guests occupy every corner. There is no room at the inn. How many times have we heard that? I think some dramatic license could be taken here. Rather than hurry to the next scene, let Joseph plead his case. Mr. Innkeeper, think twice about your decision. Do you even know whom you're turning away? That's God inside that girl. You're closing the door on the King of the universe. You better reconsider. Do you really want to be memorialized as a person who turned out heaven's child into the cold? And then let the innkeeper react. I've heard some desperate appeals for a room, but God inside of a girl, that girl with the pimples and puffy ankles, and you don't look too special yourself there. She doesn't look like a godmother, and you, well, what's your name again? Oh, yeah, Joe. Good old Joe. Covered head to toe with road dust. Take your tail somewhere else, buddy. I'm not falling for that story. Sleep in the barn for all I care. The innkeeper huffs and turns. Joseph and Mary exit. The choir sings Away in a Manger as stagehands wheel out a pile of hay, a feed trough, and some plastic sheep. The audience smiles and claps and sings along. They love the song, they love the kids, and they cherish the story. But most of all, they cling to the hope. The Christmas hope that God indwells the everydayness of our world. No fanfare, no fireworks, just the slamming doors of rejection, a tired donkey, and an even more tired pregnant teenager. Why do you think God preordained the Christmas story to look so humble? We take special time during the Christmas season to celebrate the incarnation, God made flesh. But God indwelling the everydayness of our world is an everyday reason to worship. Think about your day. What part of the splendor of the incarnation can affect every detail of your day? Monotonous or new, big or small? Get specific, slow down. Think about today and to remember that our God is in the details. The most earth-shattering miracle of the Bible is also the quietest. God becoming a man. When accepted, this miracle changes our identity, our heart, and our future. It changes everything. Yet sometimes we forget the magnitude of this miracle. Maybe in our busy routines, we, like the innkeeper, don't make much room for it. And we miss out on the promises of the incarnation. We depend on our own power instead of the promised power of Christ in us, full of glory. We face our fears alone. Why do we do that? Forgetting that God is eternally with us. The miracle of Christ coming to earth was not a one-time miracle. It's an everyday miracle offering everyday promises. So let's make room for it, remember it, and ask God to help us rely on it. Boy, that says a lot.